Welcome to the presentation, and thanks for spending some time with us on Friday night, Saturday morning. So welcome, everyone, and thanks for being here with us tonight. I'm excited about this compensation plan. Like Rennie said earlier, today is payday. Today we get paid. It's the 14th of every month, the 15th of every month. The Sisel's never been late with us. I love it. I love working with a company like that. Again, welcome to our compensation plan training. You know, we have a real great compensation plan. I've looked at other compensation plans from other companies. A lot of companies just aren't able to do everything that we have. They might have one or two pieces of what we've got. They might be able to have some things, but they can't have everything. So I really like that about our compensation plan. We really have 8 different profit centers, 8 different ways that you can get paid. I really wanted to cover them tonight in a half hour. When you go apply for a job, one of the first things that you want to know is you want to know, how are you going to get paid? What's the compensation package, right? That's what you hear. So when I present the Sisel Comp Plan to the people that I'm bringing on board, that's what I'll talk about, is the compensation package that we have. How do we get paid? What do you get paid for this and for that? And so we'll go over that. First thing that I really want to cover is that in Sisel, we call them the master rank. You start a new business as an apprentice and then move your way up. With Sisel, we call them the master rank. When you first get started, you're one of our brand partners. You're one of our business partners, and you're a distributor. And really, to qualify as a distributor, you have to have 50 in PV. As you move up the rank, you move up to the master level, and then you have 1,000 in downline volume, and you still only have to have 50 PV to get paid. I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he's going to get started with us over here in Sisel. And he said, well, you know, what do you got to spend each month? And I said, well, when you first get started, it's just a $50 purchase that you have to make, and that qualifies you to get paid 3 levels deep. Now, you don't want to stay at that. Don't minimize yourself just because you can, because really when you look at the compensation plan, your volume that you get from your customers, it actually counts toward your volume, and you can build from that. You could do that, but I just tell people, man, you want to become a product of the product. You want to be using the different product. You should be doing that on your own, and you should be teaching your team to do the same thing. When you move up to master builder, you can see there, if you look at the bottom of the screen there, you have to have 100 in PV, and you have to have 2,500 in qualified downline volume. And then you move up to the 1-star level, goes up to 200, and then the qualified downline volume goes up to 5,000. When you go to 2-star, it stays at that $200 PV, and then qualified downline volume goes up to 10,000 in qualified downline volume. And now with the 2-star, in order to qualify, you can see that you need to have 2 1-star legs. So 2 of your legs below you have to be qualified with that 1-star qualification, which was the 200 in PV and the 5,000 in qualified downline volume. And I've worked with people in my group, and that sometimes they'll have the volume, but then, oops, they didn't have the PV. And so then end of the month, I'm working with them, get their PV up to where it's supposed to be. When you're working with this, make sure that that PV, try and make it so that you have the 200 PV to qualify. Don't count on your customers. Think of that as extra volume. You get paid 25% on that as we go through it. As we go into more a manager type of position, you know, again, think of it like a traditional job. You move into the manager position. You have 3 people, 3 teams that you're working with that are qualified as 1-star legs. They have the 200 in PV. They get the 5,000 in qualified downline volume. It moves up to a $300 PV and 15,000 in overall qualified downline volume. And then as we go up, the 4-star, it's same with the 300 in the PV. You got 30,000 in qualified downline volume, and now you have 4 legs. and then you move up to the 5-star, again, 300 in PV. You'll see that that stays the same now all the way through the 10-star and above. And you have 60,000 in downline volume. Now you have to have 5 1-star legs, 5 people that you're training how to build this business. They have the 200 in PV and the 5,000 in downline volume. 6-star, you can see that it moves up to 120,000 in downline volume, and you have 6 qualified 1-star legs. And then you go up to the next level. You know, your 11 stars, 250,000 in volume, 7 qualified 1-star legs, and then it moves up to 8 star, and you have 8 1-star legs, 400,000 in volume. 9-star is 600,000 in volume, 9 1-star legs, and 10, you go up to the 800,000 in volume, 10 1-star legs. Don't minimize this and try and figure out, well, what do I have to do? Because then what you're going to do is you're going to teach your people how to minimize. You're going to teach your people that to be, you know, to think of it in minimalization type of things, and you just don't want to do that, because I've seen people where they've lost out on pay because they forgot to put their order in or whatever. Rennie, anything that you want to add? Let me move to the first profit center. And folks, this is the fast start, and a lot of you, if you've done network marketing before, you're familiar with fast start bonuses. Basically, what a fast start bonus is this is what you get paid when you bring a new sponsor, when you sponsor a new business builder onto your team. You get paid the next day. So this is next day pay, and you'll see that a few of our parts of our compensation plan, our profit centers, are actually paid through the next day. And so here, as you can see on this slide, if you're enrolling John, what happens is that you get paid 25% because you're the enrolling sponsor. And then the people that are above you, your upline, they split evenly the 21%. So you can see there that a total of 46% is paid out in the compensation plan. So 3% goes to Joe, Sue, Bill, Mary, Tom, Kay, and Mark in this particular example. Now, if you place, say you place John in your downline somewhere, let's say you put him 3 levels down, so you still get paid the 25%, but then if there was, say there was Bill and Bobby in between you and John now they would actually get 3%, and then the other 5% would go to the upline, would go to 5 levels upline, and that's how that would be split. So a lot of people, they ask me, they say, well, you know, what happens if there's if I place the person? So that explains what happens when you place the person, is that it actually pays that way. All right, and so the fast start bonus, in my way of thinking about it, it's making that new sale. You make that new sale, you get paid a nice paycheck for bringing in that new person. And if you're familiar with, you know, car sales or home sales or insurance type sales, anything like that, you bring in a new sale, you're going to get paid more for that new sale. And then your team leaders above you, they get paid 3%, because, you know, the whole thing is that, you know, like what I'm doing right now, I'm working with you, Rennie's working with you, and Katie's working with you. We're all, you know, Trevor, the whole team is working with you to help you so that you know how to do this and how to share it. And so, you know, that's why they get paid into the upline. And the second part of the commission plan is the direct commission. Now, this is, I call it mailbox money. I've heard it called mailbox money, and I like that. Today is the 14th of the month. In my mailbox, I'm going to have a paycheck, and this is going to be the biggest part of your check. And folks, I've heard this. Eric Worre talks about it. 85% of your paycheck that you're going to get from Sisel, or any network marketing company, 85% of your paycheck is going to come from what we're going to call happy, healthy customers. The people that come back month after month after month because they just love the products, they love using them, and they find that they have better health, they feel younger when they use these products. What Sisel's done to make it easy for you to explain, you get paid 7% over 7 levels. Again, when you're a distributor, when you first get started, you don't have a downline at this time. You're just getting started. And a lot of compensation plans, what they'll do is they'll pay you 1 or 2% on your first level. The problem with that is that, you're just getting started. You want to build a nice paycheck. And if you're not getting paid, if you're not getting compensated for it, it's easy to lose enthusiasm. And so here what we do is we say, look, we're going to pay you the same when you first get started as when you're a seasoned veteran. When you've been in it for 5, 6, 7 years, you're going to get paid the same 7%. You don't have any big qualifications. You don't have to have even $1,000 in downline volume. I was just looking at a comp plan a friend of mine sent me the other day, and he said, hey, take a look at this one. And I looked at it, and they didn't even start paying you until you had $3,000 in volume. That's not right. I think that we should get paid right away. And so you get paid 7% on your first 3 levels right away. And then when you move up the rank, again, and that's with only having 50 in PV. And so if you're somebody that's just getting started and you don't really know about the products, maybe you haven't heard of Sisel up until now, maybe you've never tried Siseline, maybe you've never tried Fucoidan, maybe you've never tried the Age Pill or whatever. As you move up the ranks now you've got a few people that are buying products. You built your teams down 4 levels deep, so you get paid 7% on 4 levels, and you've got $1,000 in qualified volume. Now, still with a $50 PV order, you're going to get paid an additional level, and then you move up a little bit more. You take and you build your team a little bit stronger, so over to 2,500 in qualified downline volume, and with that. Now you have to move up with a $100 PV, and you get paid 7% over 5 levels. So this puts you a little bit deeper, and so still you're only spending 100 in PV. Really easy to qualify to get paid 5 levels deep, and then we move up. Now you're building your brick wall. You're a good solid brick in the wall. That's the 1 star. It qualifies you. So that you can get paid. If you build the 1 stars, it qualifies you so that you can get paid deeper into the compensation plan. And so what do you think of that? Calling it the kind of building those bricks, building the solidity there.
Well, I totally agree, Kurt. It's definitely the foundation of your business, and very duplicatable, which is necessary for success. And it is the key to the entire compensation plan. Just shampoo, rinse, and repeat. Just build those 1-star legs, as you've shared with me previously. And that's the key to the compensation plan.
You bet. Now it goes up to 200 in PV, and 10,000 qualified downline volume. You get paid 7%. 3-star and above, you get paid that 7% over the 7 levels. So, folks, when you look at the main part of the compensation plan, you can get paid a lot of money just by building, 1 or 2 good, solid 1-star legs, right? I mean, even at the 1-star, look at that. You're getting paid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels. You're getting paid 6 levels, and you only need to be a 1-star. You only need to have 5,000 in qualified downline volume. You could have 20 legs wide, and you're going to get paid 6 levels deep with just having 200 in personal PV and 5,000 in qualified downline volume, and so you don't even have to have any 1-star legs in your organization at that point. It's just saying that you're a 1-star. This is what sets the Sisel Compensation Plan apart from a lot of them, because a lot of the compensation plan, you know, at this point, they're going to make you jump a bunch of hoops. They're going to make you do this and that. I mean, you can see here, folks, all you have to have is you set that volume up. Now, somebody asked a question, what do you mean by placement level? Well, basically what placement level is, if I'm a partner, if I'm a brand partner and I got a distributor in Sisel and I enroll Rennie, she's on my first level. She's been placed on my first level. If Rennie brings in Karen, for example, and Karen is directly under Rennie, then that's placement level number 2. So that's second level. Now, if I enroll Katie, for example, and I place her under Karen, that would mean Katie would be at the 4th level, right? Because, you know, we got Katie, and then we got Karen, and then we got Rennie. Well, actually, I made a mistake there. That's only 3, not 4. And so that's what placement means. So placement just means at what level are you? Maybe the word placement shouldn't be on there in the description, but it is, because if we do place somebody, that's the placement level that they're at. But you can see here, you can get paid over the course of that direct commission. You can get the full direct commission to 1-star legs. You can build this if you're familiar with, you know, with binaries. And I don't like binaries, but some of you do, and some of you are good at building 2 really good legs. Build 2 good legs. I mean, look at that, folks. You get paid 7 levels deep, and there's no you know, like a binary where they say, oh, you have to qualify this one the same as that one in order to get paid on this one. You don't have that here. As long as you have that qualified volume and that qualified downline volume. After that, then we get what's called the infinity bonus. And really what the infinity bonus is that once you've moved up to the 3-star and above, you can actually get paid all the way to infinity. You can get paid all the way down as deep as your leg goes once you qualify. So the qualification, I'm going to enlarge this page here so you can see this, is that once you're a 3-star, again, you've met the qualifications for the 3-star. So now you get paid on your 7 levels, you get paid the 7% over the 7 levels on the direct commission. And then now you get paid 0.5% all the way down to infinity. If you move up to 4-star, it's not 0.5% anymore. Now it's 1. And you get paid that all the way to infinity. Once you've met the qualifications for the 5-star, you get the direct commission, 7% over 7 levels. But now you get paid 1% on your 8th level, all the way down to infinity. But you also get paid an additional 0.66% from your 9th level down. So from your 9th level down, you get 1.66%. You add those two together. So 1.66% to infinity. When you go to the 6-star, meet the qualifications for the 6-star, you get 1% on your 8th level, and then you get an additional 8th level all the way to infinity. You get on the 9th level, you get 1.32% all the way to infinity. So basically from 9 levels down, you get 2.32%. You add those two together. When you move to 7-star, then from your 9th level down, that moves up to 2%. So you're getting 1% on your 8th level, and on your 9th level, you're getting 3% all the way to infinity. You go to 8-star. Now you're getting 1% on your 8th level, you're getting 3% on your 9th level, and you're getting an additional 1% on your 10th level and below. So now you can see that moves up to a total of 4% to infinity. 9-star, it goes up again. You get 1% on the 8th, 2% on the or 3% on the 9th, 1 plus 2, and then on the 10th level, you get 5% all the way to infinity. Go to 10-star, and that goes up to 6% all the way to infinity. This is really powerful, folks. I mean, if you've got some big legs, I mean, I've got some legs that go 24 levels deep. I get paid all the way down. Think about that. This is huge. Even if it's only 0.5%, that's huge because it adds up. If you add those numbers up, I mean, if I had $100,000 in volume and it went all the way down to my 50th level, right, and I got paid 0.5% on that, that adds up. That adds up, folks. And so you can add those numbers up and you can look at that. You know, I like the infinity bonus. Rennie, have you ever seen a compensation plan that paid that lucrative to infinity?
No, I haven't. The fact that we pay out at 7%, 7 tiers deep as well is very, very generous. Just that aspect of the compensation plan alone.
Yep. 7% over 7 levels, and then 6% all the way down as deep as you go. It's a strong, strong, strong compensation plan. Then we go into the fourth profit center. This is the master check match. And really, I like this. This is, I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is the second biggest part of my check every single month. This is the second biggest part of my check every single month. When you look at the direct commissions, that's the number one. That makes most of my check. And then that's 85% of my check, just like Eric Worre says, when you add it up, that's what it's going to be. And then you look at this one. And what I like about this part of the compensation plan is that this is a check that's given to you for helping other people. This is a check that's given you for helping your team grow. When we take a look at this, now we're talking about the difference here. In the past, Chris, you'd asked about placement levels. Here we're talking about generations. Now, generations is different than placement, and I'm gonna make this clear to everybody. Okay, so again, if I enroll Rennie and I enroll Katie, and so they're both my generation 1. Because I enrolled them. They're generation 1. I personally enrolled them. If I take and place Katie underneath Rennie, she's still my generation 1. On placement level, she's placement level 2. She's on my second level, but she's still my generation 1. So I'm still going to get generation 1 master check match. This is important because as you're building teams, of course you're going to place people into your team. That's the whole idea of team building, right? And so what happens is then, so let's say that Rennie goes out and enrolls Karen. So that's my generation 2. Karen goes out and enrolls Billy. That's generation 3. Billy goes out and enrolls Bob. That's generation 4. So that's how that works. Now, if they get placed in different levels, it doesn't affect that. They're still generation 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get paid 10% on the people that I personally enroll. So if I enroll Rennie and she makes $1,000, I make $100 because I helped her make $1,000. Now let's say that she goes out and helps her friend Billy make $100. She gets paid the 10%, but I get paid the 5%. So this is how this works. So generation 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you take a look at the ranks, so if you're a 1-star, which is only 5,000 in volume, you only get qualified to get paid on your first generation. So you get that 10%. If you're a 2-star, you get paid on your first generation, and then you also get paid on generation number 2. If you're a 3-star, you can see that moves to where you get paid now on generation 3. 4-star, you can see that it stays at generation 3, but it actually goes up from 3% to 5%. When you get to 5-star master, now you add that generation 4 on there. This is unlimited. If you're a good enroller and you've enrolled a lot of people that know how to go out and build a check, there's no cap on this. I can see that some of you will make more money on the master check match than you will on the direct commissions. If you're really good at going out there and building some really, really good team leaders, you could make some nice money on this. Randy, what do you think of that? I mean, have you heard of people that can actually go out and sponsor some really, really good winning team leaders like that?
Oh, definitely, definitely. And as we've discussed in the past, it just simply means get started, because that's how you're going to start building your team. And yes, you get to that 1-star level, and when this kicks in, and it's huge. It all fits together like a big puzzle, but I mean, and it's beautiful. I like the unilevel. It's one of the simplest compensation plans to follow and learn and build. And Sisel is extremely generous.
Yeah, I like this part of the compensation plan. I really like it. What if you want to use this to make your house payment? You can use it for anything you want to use it for. And so what they do is they say, okay, if you're a 3-star, for example, this is going to be a check that you're going to get paid every month. It's not just when you hit the rank. We have a bonus for that too. But this is a bonus that you get paid every single month. And so you can see there that a 1-star, if you've got the qualification for a 1-star, you're going to get a $200 bonus that you can use to make your car payment every single month. Or you can use it for whatever you want. I love this. I've been driving a new car since I joined Sisel, and I haven't had to make a single payment on it. I like it. It's over and above the work that you do. It's a bonus, right? And don't you just love bonuses, Rennie?
I don't know anybody that wouldn't, my goodness. And the fact that there's no restriction on this is absolutely huge. There's many companies out there that it has to be a certain, like, as you say, a vehicle, and you have to show proof that it is for a vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
This could go to paying off your bills for a little while or whatever you desire. So it's absolutely huge. Yeah.
Or they make you drive a pink car or a black car, and then as soon as you don't qualify, then you're still driving a pink car or whatever, Yeah. I don't. And can you imagine? I mean, I'm not at 10-star yet, but I will be. And $1,500 a month to make a car payment. Holy cow! I mean, I'm a car guy. I can't imagine making a $1,500 car payment.
That's pretty sweet, isn't it?
Yeah. And then retail commissions. Now, this is for your preferred customers as well. It's not just retail. This is preferred customer. This is paid daily. And when you look at the activity tracker system that we've developed, we talk about having a paycheck mentality, a checkbook mentality. How do you get paid? You move some product. I've got people that I got a call this morning. Dorothy called me up and she said, well, I need some more of this. I need some more of that. And even though she could go online and order it for herself, she'd rather just call me up. And so I sell it to her retail. You do, because if you're gonna go through the work of keeping some product on hand, sell it to people retail. You can make 25%. Somebody that's never going to do the business, a little bit more work for you that way, and that's why you get paid a little bit more. And really, honestly, I mean, as your upline, I'm going to tell you that I get paid more if I tell you not to use this. I get paid 7% if I tell you to sign them all up as distributors. But you get paid 25%. So if I tell you that, I'm going to screw you out of 18%. I would rather be honest with you and say, look, I would rather have you get that full 25%, and everybody in the upline gets paid 3%. And if you do a placement, you continue to get the 25%. The 3% upline pay starts at the level of where you place that person. So, Chris, when you asked about placement levels, so if we place Joe, here like in this example, down on the 3rd level, so Joe, Sue, Bill are in your downline. Now you'll still get the 25%. Joe, Sue, and Bill will get the 3%, and then Mary, Tom, Kay, and Mark are in your upline. They'll get the 3% as well. So it's still 7 levels, but it's just structured differently based on the placement level. You know, and I know, Randy, you've got some strong feelings about preferred customers versus distributors. You know, if you could just tell folks a little bit about your philosophy on that, I think that would be important.
Well, I think that you have to know what your person wants. You're working with this person, so not everybody is going to do the business, and that's okay. In fact, the company pays us more because you're going to get that 25% for life. Then they order when they want. There's no obligation. They're not getting business emails. They're not feeling pressured, which is huge in this industry, because I think there's many companies that people just come in as a distributor and it gives a false sense of expectation. I know it certainly does to me. If somebody comes in as a distributor, I'm expecting them to be accountable. I'm expecting them to be a team player. I'm expecting them to work with the having monthly goals, weekly goals, and whatnot. So yeah, because you've told me, you know, you're coming in to do the business. And so preferred customers, just give them the best customer service you can, look after them, answer their questions, and get that 25% for life. And I don't do it any other way. I find out what their needs are. It's not about you, it's about them.
That's right. And when you look at this is paid daily. So if I've got a customer that buys product tomorrow, I get paid the next day. So if they order on Saturday, I get paid on Sunday. We don't take the day off because it's all run through the computer. It's a seamless pay system, so you get paid the next day. So I like that. Part of the compensation plan. This is probably a little bit more complicated for most people to grasp, and so every Monday, Milo goes over this. He covers it in detail. So I'm not going to get into a lot of detail on this. I just want you to understand that this is what we call a coded bonus system. And so how this works is that when you first get started, you've got to go out and build your first 3 people. That's your freedom team. In this case, now I want this to be clear because this is a part that a lot of people don't understand. If you're looking at this here, step 1, your sponsor, okay, in the green there, he goes out and he enrolls his first 3 people. He gets paid 50, 50, 50 on each one of them, unless he does that in the first 2 weeks. Then that actually doubles and he gets paid $100. Once he's enrolled you being in the gray there, so you're actually his 4th. Now when you go out and you build your freedom team, now what happens is that you get paid either the 50 or the 100, depending on if you do it in the first 2 weeks. But he's actually going to take an $80 pay off those first 3 that you bring in. Again, you're his 4th person, 5th person, 6th, whatever, but he's already built his freedom team and you're building your freedom team. So as you're building your freedom team, he's getting paid. When he brings in his 5th person, he gets paid on their freedom team. So I want that to be really, really clear, because I think that a lot of people, they think that they're going to get paid when they bring in their very first person, that their sponsor is going to do that. No, the sponsor actually doesn't get paid unless he has his first 3 people. And so this is a way that what happens is you want to get your team to build quickly. When I bring Rennie in, I'm going to say, Rennie, okay, you're a wealth builder. First thing we need to do is we need to go out and build your freedom team right away. In order for you to get qualified on the infinity bonus, you actually have to have your first 3 in place. So the speed at which I can teach her to do that is going to increase how she gets paid. Let me show you how. So when you look at this example here, look at the top there, and you can see that as you're building this, all right, now your sponsor, he's got his 3, you're his number 4. You built your 3, you got paid either your $50 or your $100, and now you put your 4th person in place, and you can see right over here, you can see where I've got my little cursor arrow. Now you're number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is your 4th person here, they bring in their first 3, so they're building their freedom team. As they build in their freedom team over here, now what happens is then this money goes back this way to you. When you build your, you also, now you get paid the additional $50 here for bringing in your 4th person, so you're getting 130 on that. All right, does that make sense? Annie, does that make sense? Can you see what I'm describing there?
I can see it. I'm following along, but I am not seeing your cursor, so I don't know about the rest of the audience.
Okay, maybe you can't. Maybe only I can see that. I'll put my finger on my screen. Can you see my finger?
No, I cannot.
I know, I'm just teasing. But you know, so folks, bottom line is that if you look at the ones in the green there, that's your freedom team, and the ones in the gray or the black, that's your wealth team. And so what happens is that once you've built your wealth team, you start building your wealth team. Now your pay goes up from 50, it goes to 130. But in addition to that, because you've already built your freedom team, now on your wealth team, that next level down there in the green, the level of green, then now you're going to get paid on that. So you're going to get paid the 80, 80, 80 on each ones of those. Hope that's as clear more clear than mud, right?
And for a lot of people, when they actually get paid on it is when they're going to have that aha moment. Don't you agree, Kurt?
Right. And again, you know, get on the webinars that Milo teaches every Monday night. I'll record it this next Monday if I possibly can, and so that we have it, because he doesn't record them because he wants everybody to participate. But what I'll do is I'll accidentally record it for all of you, and then we'll put it somewhere where it's secretly recorded. All right. Shh. Don't tell anybody I'm going to do that. What happens is then after you've enrolled your 5th wealth builder, now you get what's called a check match. And what this does is this rolls back to your freedom side. And I know this sounds confusing, but look at in the green on your freedom side, as your freedom team, your first 3, as they build their team. Now, when they start building their wealth team, so they built their freedom team, now they're building their wealth team. Now you get a matching check based on that. So when they make money, you make money. It's 50% match. So if I help Rennie, she's over there, she's my first person, and she brings in her wealth team, and those wealth team, they start bringing in their freedom team. Now every time she gets paid $100, I get paid $50. Every time she gets paid 80, I get paid 40. Every time she gets paid 30, I get 15. I mean, it's slick, and that goes to infinity. And then when you bring in your 6th person, what happens here is you get an additional $20. So you're getting paid $150. So you're getting $150 on a 300 PV order. And folks, this is lucrative. That's 50% commission on the order. This goes on to infinity. In addition, the money that you get paid as you build deep, as your teams build deep, this is why it's called coded, because they're coded back to you. You get paid that $100 on the first 3 of the first 3 of the first 3 of the first 3 of everybody that goes into your wealth side. Infinity. I hope that makes sense. Watch the training that Milo does on Monday nights, and you'll get this. You'll get it. You'll figure it out. And once you get it, you will never forget it. It is so unbelievable. I'll tell you, Rennie, I mean, almost every day I get a check out of the wealth builder because somebody on the team somewhere enrolled a wealth builder.
Yeah, it's hugely generous. And what I like about it is for the new person, you can make some significant coin as you're just getting started.
It's a great way. And some people, they say, well, why don't we do this or why don't we do that? A wealth builder plan was added as a way to build your team with speed. Like some people say to me, they say, Kurt, well, you know, why do they have the 30-day limit on it? Well, because if I make it so you can do it any time, and you can do it 6 years from now, well, where's the speed in that? I mean, that'd be like me buying a Ferrari and the dealer says, well, we took the engine out and we put in this Honda 50cc engine. It'll get up to 100 miles an hour, but it's going to take a long time and you're going to have to be going downhill. This part of the plan was designed to be built with speed. People, they say, well, you know, why don't we have this? Why don't they let us build our own package? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? They had to put together packages where the company, I'm going to say it the way that I see it. They had to put the package together in a way where the company's not going to lose money either. Because when you figure out this wealth builder plan, the whole thing about it is, if everything worked out perfectly and everybody qualified and everybody had their freedom team put together, everybody already had their sixth person on the wealth side, and you were getting paid the $150 and you got paid the first three of the first three packages, put the packages together, they would lose money. If a company loses money for a long enough period of time, they go broke. I understand why they have to put the package together the way that they do, and I understand why they have to put the 30-day limit on it, but you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. So here's a little bit on some questions. There's the different packages, the wealth builder packages that you can buy. The one thing that I'm going to end this with is I'm going to say this, is that, you know, if you're going to do the business and you're thinking you're going to do the business, or if you're bringing in a partner and they say, hey, I'd like to do this to make some money, wealth builder, you got to bring them on as a wealth builder. Because if they wait and they do the wealth builder, say on the second month, they can still do that, but now it's called a qualified wealth builder. And they're still going to get paid the same. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're still going to get paid the same. They have all the advantages of being a wealth builder. The difference for you is that instead of getting paid the $150 bonus or you know, commission on that order, it goes into the unilevel and you get paid $16. I mean, I know the difference between $150 and $16, and I can add that up pretty quickly, especially when it's $1 bills. And I just tell people, I said, that's the difference. And people do what you do, they don't do what you say. So if I came in and I was a qualified wealth builder, and Rennie said to me, she said, you know, she was just joining today, and she said, hey, Kurt, what did you do? Well, I'm not going to lie to her. I'm going to tell her, well, you know, I waited because I just wanted to see what the age pill would do for me. I wanted to try the transfusium. I wanted to do this and that. And so I didn't buy the package right away. I waited. Well, that's what Rennie's going to do. Rennie's going to wait as well. And so what's going to end up happening is that now I just stole $135 from myself. If you're going to do this as a business, or you have any kind of a person that thinks they're going to do it as a business, you got to at least tell them. You got to say, hey, look at this wealth builder plan. It's a very lucrative part of the plan. You don't want to miss out on this. Have them call me up. I'll explain what I just explained to you. I'll make more money if you do it the other way, right? Because chances are you're not one of my first three and my first three and my first three. Being your upline, I'm not going to get paid anything on that. So if you come in as a qualified wealth builder, I get paid 7%. So I would rather you have you, as far as like me, I'll get paid the other way. I'll get $15 versus $0, but it's not being fair to you. I got to teach you this compensation plan. How do you do it for you? How do you do it so that you can maximize your paycheck? Folks, that's all I got to say on that. Rennie, any closing ideas that you have for people?
Well, I think the fact that the company implemented the Wealth Builder program last October for a reason. That is the pathway into the business. It's really simple. And as Kurt explained, I mean, you start doing the math. When I look at this, I'm not interested in having qualified wealth builders in my business because I'm looking for the serious people. And I think, again, knowing what's the fit for the person you're working with, your prospect.
I was at a presentation and I was listening to somebody talk about it, and you could tell they were training their people not to buy the wealth builder. And afterwards I asked, I said, why are you doing that? And they said, well, I don't get paid if they come in at that wealth builder. And, oh, like Randy said, this is how you get qualified to get paid. This is the eighth profit center. Why in the world would I teach you how not to qualify yourself to earn that? You look at the packages. The packages are great, but this isn't a product pack. You know, if you're enrolling a customer as a wealth builder, yeah, you can do that. Then they can buy the qualified wealth builder anytime. But if you're really building a serious team builder, get them started right away. Because again, you know, people do what you do, they don't do what you say. And I've been doing this for a long enough period of time. I've found that out. People always ask, well, Kurt, what did you do? How did you get started? That's the kind of questions you're going to have. And again, why would you not explain it to people? So those are the 8 parts of the compensation. My thoughts as we end this webinar tonight is really this, is that there's a lot of things that you can do in life. You can go out and, I mean, well, you can do just about anything. You can sell just about anything with network marketing right now. Why Sisel? Some people had asked me to cover that tonight. Why would you choose Sisel versus another company? And I'm going to tell you the reason why is that I think that we have a really lucrative compensation plan. I think it's the best. Have I compared it to every compensation plan? Absolutely not. I don't have time to look at everybody else's compensation plan, but I would say that we have one of the most generous that I've ever seen, and I have looked at a lot of them because I got people ask me every day, hey, you know, would you join my company? The main reason that I like Sisel is that here we are, we're a 13-year-old company, we're rock solid. Only 2% of companies make it to their 10th year. I actually think it's 5th year, but only 2% make it this far. And once you make it this far, you're rock solid. You've got your roots planted. You're going to be here a long time. People say to me, they say, hey, Kurt, you know, if you've got such a great compensation plan, you've got such great products, why aren't you one of the top 3 companies in the world? And the answer to that really is that when you look at the Mauer family and the Mauer mission isn't, we're going to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. That's not the Mauer mission. The Mauer mission is that they're going to help people get healthy, and they're going to help people build some wealth. And so they didn't go out and build the company on a lot of hype. They didn't go out and build it on a one-shot wonder type of product like some companies do. They built their company on some really good anti-aging products. As a doctor, as a physician, as somebody who really likes the science, I'll tell you, I've busted these products apart. I've looked at them and really knocked them around. And I feel like we have some of the most solid products on the planet. Do we have everything? Oh, no. No company's ever going to have everything. But in the anti-aging field, I think we have the best products that there are, and we have a compensation plan that's going to pay you. Oh, there's some little hiccups here and there. Sure. Any company is going to have that, especially when you're a global company, because, you know, different countries change their rules all the time. And so, you know, you got to change with them. You got to roll with the flow, and that's what we're doing. So that's why I think Sisel is so important, and why I think it's just the best. And Merry Christmas back to all of you. I can see that you've been saying Merry Christmas. Doesn't it feel good to say it and mean it? Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. And we're going to do another webinar right back on this channel here in probably the next half hour or so. And we're going to talk about the 9 different ways or things that you can do to speed up your weight loss, right? Let's get started now on weight loss. Let's not wait till January 1st. Let's get it rolling right now. So when January 1st rolls around, you're already in there. You're already hammered. You already know what you're doing. All right? Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Merry Christmas.